Emus, I will read you your rights. This is an administrative case. Emus is appealing his demotion from Constable. Alright? I will hereby read you your rights. You either accept or you waive your right. I'll read them out in full. It's a simple, like, yes or no. Okay? Okay, I will start reading your rights. I will love to redirect everybody to the Rights of the Court channel so you can, in fact, see the rights that I am going to list off. Thank you. 1A. Whoever the active arbiter of the case has full authority ranging above everyone said case. This ranges above all but the Emperor and only applies in the courtroom. Emus, you have to accept or waive every right as I list them off. So you could just...
We accept the first right.
Alright, it's raining sideways. Can you say that louder? I couldn't hear you.
We accept the first right.
I would like for Emus to be the one that responds to these.
We accept the first right.
Okay, you can just say I.
Okay.
For
Okay.
it. 2A, everyone is muted until the iconics get off for a split second. 2A, everyone is muted until the active arbiter unmutes you. You must request permission to speak in the courtroom chat.
I accept. Wait. Yes.
You could just say I if you want. Or you can waive that right if you really bad want. 3A, within the bounds of this server and this server alone, the royal judge holds supreme authority over all except the emperor.
I accept this right.
1B, you have the right to defend yourself as a defendant. You must be granted time to speak upward to 10 minutes total. If an arbiter denies you this right, this case is moved to the royal judge.
I accept.
2A, you have the right to have someone of your choice assist you in your defense. They will be your support.
I accept.
3B, you have the right to see all records pertaining directly to you in history. Simply message an arbiter or the royal judge.
I accept.
4B, you have the right to a speedy trial. You cannot be restricted from attending events or doing anything for more than 1 week while you wait for your trial.
I accept.
5B, you have the right to a fair trial. If you call the arbiter of the case out as someone who does not like you before the trial officially begins, you are granted a new arbiter. If all arbiters have personal issue with you, the royal judge takes over. If the judge takes over, if the judge has an issue with you, the royal council takes over, then the king, then the emperor.
I accept.
6B, you have the right to authority during a trial. Nobody except the arbiter may give you orders in the courtroom regardless of rank.
I accept.
7B, you have the right to a private trial if you request one.
So if I want a public, do I just say I accept or I waive it?
Whatever.
Because it's public.
You would have to request it so you can say I, but just not request one.
Aye.
Okay. Everyone has the right to see and join an active court case review unless specifically denied access by the defendant.
I accept.
Is there anybody here that you would not want to be here?
No.
Okay. 2C. Everyone has the right to not be under double jeopardy. You cannot be tried or punished for the same crime twice.
I accept.
Those are all the rules. Okay. Now I will ask Emus in his defense what they plead.
We would like, as the defense, we would like to plead untrue to the demotion.
Swipe and get more this birthday.
Alright, thank you.
Frozen slice pop chocolate.
So at this time, obviously, this is going to be a relatively informal case. It will last about an hour, maybe a little bit more. The defense has granted 10 minutes total to speak unopposed. Not even I, the active arbiter of the case can deny them this right and speak while they are speaking in that. I want to make sure that everybody stays relevant to the case. This is appealing a demotion. This is not trying to make a name for yourself. All right. Defense can use their time whenever they want, but I would like to invite the prosecution to make a statement if they so well please to. If you're going, just note this, if you are going to use any evidence at all, you have to put it in the courtroom channel to be shown as active evidence. Again, going to be relatively informal, so if nobody's speaking, you can kind of just unmute. The defense is granted 10 minutes of unopposed speaking time. Okay? But other than that, you guys can go back and forth if you guys so well please. Thank you.
I have a question for you, Spyware. Is the defense able to object to a certain thing that the prosecution says for relevance or hearsay or stuff like that?
Yes.
Okay.
The objection would have to be approved or not approved.
And I have one more question, and then I would like to let the prosecution speak first. Are we able to use that 10-minute time intermittently? Meaning we can...
Yes, so you're given 10 minutes of time you can use whenever you want, but it is only 10 minutes. It is unopposed speaking time. Nobody can interrupt you.
So, for example, are we able to use a portion...
Yes, you can use 2 minutes now, 2 minutes later, 2 minutes at the end.
Okay, thank you. That's all.
Okay. The prosecution can now speak. Harlow, Oaks, this is, like your time to vouch for this.
So do I give my case or what?
Yes. That's what you're supposed to do.
Okay. So, it all started back in February. Emu became the constable after I took time off to focus on my studies. Skiller was king back then. Emu was made constable, and this was during prime of Castile, as we like to call it. During this case, I'm going to say prime a lot because prime of Castile was from that period of December to end February or early March that Castile was in its prime, winning battles, yada yada yada. Now, during this time, Emu was made constable, and as he was made constable, his main job was, as Oaks is doing now, was to lead the army. Now, in doing so, the army slowly downgressed, till finally the group went dormant and it died. Now, this notwithstanding, it kind of shows that Emu didn't do a lot as constable, or should I say, didn't do anything as constable.
If I may, the death of Castile was multiple reasons.
Obviously, it was multiple reasons. Obviously, it was multiple reasons, but we have to realize the main part of Castile is what? It's army.
The army.
If the army dies,
I would also like
then
to
the group
point out
dies.
that during this time, first off, there was a lot of issues with Castile that weren't even pertaining to Emus, and also second off, the rise of Castile again began before Iconic took the role as constable. We cannot simply blame the state of the army on one person. It is.
I didn't blame the death of Castile on Emu.
You just did.
I didn't. I blame the downgression of the army on Emu,
which is
not the
also
death of Castillian.
not solely his fault. And also blaming the downgression of the army on Emu is the exact same as saying that the nation died, because Castile is 90% an army, 3% everything else.
Exactly.
So what I'm saying is,
So you're proving my point here.
No, I'm not. What I'm saying is, by you saying the downgression of the army, is you are stating that Emu killed it, even though that he is not the only causation for the decline of Castile. There was
If
many.
you cut off the head of the snake, it dies. If the head of the army is not doing its job, what happens to the army? It dies. We can't sit here and say that if Oak sat back and did nothing right now, the army would still be alive.
Parlo,
That's not true.
You were the head of the snake. You went inactive.
Yes, leaving Skiller in charge.
And
I went inactive.
Skiller was also inactive way before this. We forget about that.
Speak, please.
No. Skiller did not go inactive in February. He was prime active, actually. He took control of the council. And in taking control of the council, he agreed to make Emu Constable, which I was fine with. That notwithstanding, Emu didn't do anything. So
I have a witness who's willing to prove otherwise. So
Can we stay relevant, please?
Right.
that's all. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay. Well, let's move on. Now, in doing so, Castile officially, quote unquote, died, I'd say end of March, because that's when last events were hosted. Now, with this, I also took time off of, social media in general, because I focused entirely on school till the end. Now, the reason being was not because school was hard. The reason being was because
Harlow, can we please stay relevant to the case? It's Emus appealing
This
his
is relevant to the case.
Well, you better make it relevant soon.
How do I do that if you're not letting me talk? Let's lock in. Now,
I'll give you another minute to make this relevant.
Okay. Well, everybody was busy with exams, and up until May, that is when end of May actually, I got bright idea to restart Castile. Now, when we restarted Castile, Emu was still Constable. He wasn't demoted or anything. But in its restart, he didn't contribute too much. I will say he did host events. A few events. But in terms of changing the army's organization, adding anything new, or helping the Sergeant Corps to be active, he didn't do too much. And now, because of this, I spoke to the council and I was like, okay, we're running the group, and Spyro reminded me that Emu was Constable. I kind of forgot he was Constable because, I don't know, he didn't do too much. So then, after that, I was like, okay, how about we just demote Emu back to KG Commander? Because Emu did previously say that he wanted to become KG Commander once more, because he was the one who led KG in its prime, and he could do it again. And Emu did say that he was fine with that. So me thinking that he was fine, I told Spyware, okay, let's just demote Emu. And I also told Ghost about that. And Ghost was like, sure, I don't care. And Spyware was also fine with that. I didn't host any official vote though, but I did verbally say that I was going to do it to the council, and the ones who were active and weren't on LOA said that they were fine with it. So
objection here, say, do you have proof of Ghost saying he agreed with it?
Yes, I do.
Send the proof, please.
Please direct any evidence to the courtroom channel.
Right.
So it can be made public.
Oh wait, that's the wrong one. Um, wait. According to like the court, right? You're allowed to send things from group chats, correct?
Yes, yes. It's been approved that you can send evidence from the Royal Council group chat to be used here.
Right. Okay. Just wondering. Let me send that real quick. Okay, when it freaking loads, yeah. I said that I'm gonna move Emu back to KG Commander, and we can discuss about a new marshal. And Ghost said, "Sure, I don't care." We all agreed with it verbally. And we have to remember, during this time, the rest of the council was on LOA. Was on LOA during this time. So only Spyware and Ghost were able to respond. So.
May I use a portion of my 10 minutes now, Bauer?
Yes, it's uninterrupted time. I'm forced to give it to you, so you can use it.
So I would like to submit a portion of evidence at the moment as well. Let me find the piece and I'll send it to you, Spyware.
Please submit it to the courtroom channel, not the evidence channel, please.
I'm not able to type in the courtroom channel.
Submit it to evidence, I'll send it over.
So I have a testimony from Ghost himself stating that there was never a formal vote. There was never a formal vote. Which, from what I have been told, is required to remove somebody from the Royal Council. There has to be a vote. That is required. There has to be a vote. Pardon me, let me grab the photo. And considering Parlo did not enact the Iron Will to where he can do whatever, that there is no proof stating that there wasn't a formal vote. Emus was not fairly given a vote to remove himself. I'd also like to add, Emu was never in the Royal Council group chat. He was never even in the group chat for it. So, there's that. And secondly, I'd also like to add that Emus was not informed of his demotion until you messaged him, Spyware. There was never, as Arlishian said, there was never any public admittance about the trial. He would have needed to come out publicly and announce that he got demoted, but he didn't. It was very kept behind the doors, which is not how it's ran. That is all.
Thank you.
Could I say something?
Yes, of course. Courtroom should now be available for everybody here to send evidence in.
Right. Emu was in the council group chat. So that has been debunked. You can ask Spyware. Spyware, was Emu not in the council group chat?
I cannot participate in this case.
Okay. Well, Emu was in the council group chat. However, when that was said, he was already removed. But I do want to say that Castillian was not officially revived when this altercation went down.
Not relevant, Parla. It's not relevant. The simple fact
of
the case, Parlo, are that here are the simple facts. I'm going to ask you a question. Was Emus given a proper vote to be removed from the rank of constable? Yes or no?
No, there was no vote done, but it was verbally agreed on.
Exactly. That's the case. And did you enact the Iron Will to where you could have done that without needing jurisdiction?
What do you mean?
Did you enact your power as Emperor and said that I'm just going to demote him? Did you ever say that, and did you ever publicly admit that he was demoted?
Yeah. I did publicly admit like Emu was demoted in Oxen.
There.
I never really like that. But like, well, yeah. So yeah. But there was no council vote, but it was verbally agreed on.
That's not a vote.
by
That's
by 2 members.
2 members. That's not a majority of the council. Period.
It was, well, yes, it is, because during this time there was only 3 council members, which was Ghost, Scream, Spyware, and Ghost.
And Inf, don't forget Inf.
Inf was not in yet.
I would like
Inf
to
was
call our
not in yet.
Lucian. I would like to call our Lucian up.
Yeah, you may do so.
Can you drag him up for me, please?
Mm-hmm. Come up, big boy.
I couldn't click on the thing. There's a notification in the way. Anyway, Book. Per protocol with Iron Will, you have to announce that you are forcing Emus out of position if there is no vote. There has to be an official vote to remove a council member. Emus is classified royalty, and because you never did that, he still is a royal right now, despite not holding the rank because he's never officially been demoted. You didn't Iron Will, and you didn't vote him out.
What do you mean announce?
You have to make it public that
If the Emperor does something that goes against protocol, you gotta announce it in public. That way people know, hey, that was completely on you. That's part of the checks and balances. You have infinite power, given you're the owner. You can do anything you please. But if you do something that goes against protocols and rules, you have to announce to the public, I did this. You're putting the blame on you.
and you didn't.
This would fall under that category. Emus was demoted without vote, regardless of if it's verbally agreed. There wasn't an official vote, and you never announced it. If it wasn't for the fact that you're emperor, Emus would still have all of his power and authority right now. If anyone else would have done that, they would have been demoted and struck instantly.
You could argue that there's no vote to put him as constable, too. Because there wasn't.
Be a vote to put him as constable.
He said that the
I did announce it because I held a group meeting and I did announce it before Castillian even revived.
But you never
I just didn't like.
You never put it in the announcement channel. That's the key, Parlo. Emus was removed from Royal Council as a constable, regardless of anything else, improperly. Am I correct?
You are.
That is all.
I'd like to call Oaks up.
Why is Oaks didn't witness it? You can't call Oaks as a witness. The only reason I called Arlishian up is because he knows a lot about the court and he's able to answer that for me. But
he can bring him up as a witness, but it has to be relevant.
All right.
Do not make this one-sided, Willow.
Oaks, just so you know, you are forfeiting your right to vote if you participate as a witness.
I understand.
Okay.
He was made aware prior to the trial. So was Ghost. Thank you, Oaks. You can now speak. Oaks?
Yeah?
You may speak.
What am I speaking about, sorry?
You were brought up as a witness by Parlo.
About...
Gotta ask him.
Oak says all of our evidence for this case. Well, most of
right.
it. Yes.
To begin with, when I first heard about the news of Emus approached me in DMs and told me that I was probably going to get promoted, knowing fine well. So I told him okay, and that I basically knew because I was already talking to Paolo beforehand. And then basically,
Relevant?
he edited messages based on this, and then he fabricated them by
Objection
editing.
relevance? It's not relevant to the
You can
case.
keep. Well, it is because he was. Let me read what he says. I am just going to disobey you. Not personally, but I want a court-martial so I can say my opinions to the public at the trial. I won't flag or sell anything though. Then, he edited this
That's not
message.
relevant. That's not relevant. That was after. It's not
I-
relevant.
No, this was before, thank you.
No, this was before. This was before. This was before.
You can even check the date if you like.
Yes.
Then,
So put whatever evidence you're going to submit or use in the courtroom channel, please.
it is.
Everybody
Thank
up
you.
here should have access. You have it in the evidence. You need to put it in the courtroom channel.
This doesn't
Ah,
make
the
sense.
courtroom one.
Why would Emus?
Let me get to my statement, please.
Willow, if you're not going to use your 10 minutes, well, actually, it's Emus' 10 minutes. If you're not going to use the 10 minutes, you have to be quiet, unless if you're going to object.
As you all can see, the messages has been edited, and it says something else instead. So I want to know why he edited them, because once he found out when the case was, they were edited. Or that channel. Right, let me forward them into there instead. Based on this, out of what do you call it? What's the word? Well, I'm just gonna say it as how I think I'm gonna put it. But basically, me and Imperial had a private conversation, and obviously this got leaked, and this was the message that got leaked, and Imperial told a few other people about it, hence why the messages were edited, trying to hide up the fact that he was going to disobey me. As
Do you have proof that he edited after that, or no? Because if you don't, that's not valid. If you don't have proof.
First of all, how can I prove that? Because Discord doesn't allow that. And they were edited, as you can all see.
Exactly, they were edited, but you can't prove when they were edited. It's all hearsay. So objection.
Nobody would be able to prove that.
Exactly. Objection hearsay.
As you can all see, it's edited anyway. That isn't the point I'm getting at. But once they got leaked...
Don't say it. Then don't say it. That's not evidence to prove, because you don't know when he edited the message. You have no proof to when he edited it, therefore it's straight hearsay. You can't say that.
But they are edited, correct?
Oaks, you have to have proof that those messages are edited from their base message. And Arlishan, you can speak. Technically, you are allowed to speak because you're up here.
Okay, you can check when a message was edited.
How do I do that?
Hover your mouse.
Bro, there's
over
an
the
edit
edited
sign
message.
after like after like it was edited.
Let's find out the truth, shall we?
The message was edited.
1 minute. Let me go up to it.
Like here, look, I'll show you.
1 minute, let me quickly find the message.
Yeah, you just hover your mouse over the little words next to the message that says edited. It will give you an exact date and time matched to your time zone.
And also, didn't we agree not to use these because they were leaked by Imperial?
Well, if
I
you're
was-
gonna
I
say
was
that,
told by
then
the judge.
you can't use evidence from when you had that private conversation with Imperial either.
Haven't used a single piece of evidence from when I had that private conversation. All of my evidence has
Oh,
been
would
gathered.
you look at this? Would you all look at this? This is so funny. 1 second. Let me how do I submit this?
Argumentative, isn't
Yeah,
it?
you have to submit it in courtroom.
Oh, courtroom. Yes, that's right.
Saturday, July 5th is when he edited it.
Yeah, and when did he send the message?
July 6th, right?
No. June. June the 13th. This is British.
The thing with the Imperial was on the 8th of this month.
The
So
8th.
you stating that he edited that message later is not relevant. Like, how is this relevant? There's no relevance in this.
Why
How
would
was
he
it
edit
not
the message?
relevant?
How is it not relevant?
What?
Because
He's
dude,
saying he's going to
they're
disobey me,
they're
and he still
literally
does to this
causation.
day. He still disobeys me to this day. I told him to change his uniform, he refuses. I tell him to do certain things, he refuses.
Okay, that's not relevant to the case. Like, it's
My
saying that
argument is
he's
that
disobeying
he
is not
edited the message
relevant.
saying he was going to disobey me, and
Okay, this is not fucking relevant though. Like, this is just,
right language, please, and can you calm down?
well, this is not relevant. Him saying
not?
he's gonna disobey you is not relevant to the facts of the case. Because
It's
Parlo, when was Emus demoted from Constable? Do you know the date of that?
Good question. I believe it was in June, but I need to recheck.
Please.
Also, this is relevant because Emu was planning on getting a court-martial so that he would just use this case for literally no reason.
There is a reason here. As you literally admitted a few minutes ago that it was an unfair removal. You admitted you agreed to that
I
statement.
didn't say it was unfair. I said we didn't do it correctly.
that
because
that
we
is
just-
unfair. That is an unfair removal. That is the definition of an unfair removal because it wasn't done correctly.
But in my defense, Emu did also verbally say that he was fine with the removal. He said he wanted to go back to KG Commander.
You know what? Matter of fact, let's pull Emu up. Did you actually say that, Emu?
Yeah, Emu. Did you not
please,
say you
unmute.
wanted to go back to KG Commander?
Sorry, what was the question?
Did you say you wanted to go back to KG as a commander?
I might have said that. There's possibility.
Exactly.
That's
That
also-
is the reason why I demoted him verbally, because he explicitly told me it. Oh, he also said it in a commander's meeting as well that he wanted to go back to KG Commander to help King's Guard.
That's still not a reason to remove him without a vote, regardless.
I also
I never
explicitly
resigned.
said
This
was before Castillian's revival, meaning that there was nothing going on, meaning that we were just in the planning stages of reviving.
Book.
This
Question,
is not
please.
relevant.
Can I ask a question real quick? If I
You can use
was,
them in
if I wanted 100% to leave Constable, why wouldn't I resign?
He didn't officially
Because-
resign. He never officially resigned.
Because I didn't.
Well,
I didn't.
because
I was
you
uncertain.
You were uncertain? So then, brother, you told us you wanted to go back to Kingsguard like commander. So I demoted you and put you at Kingsguard commander. Then you
Never
switched up
officially resigned.
and said you wanted to
You didn't
be
put me as
let's
Kingsguard
say
commander. You did not put me as Kingsguard commander.
Okay, did I or did I not tell you and Imperial to agree who will be Kingsguard? You wanted to be under
Emus-
Imperial. Did you or did you
That's
not?
that's all I need you for right now. Here's the
Did you or did you not agree with Imperial who would be the Kingsguard commander?
Also, I would also like to make a point right now to where I
Well,
want to
he's asking a question. Let him ask his question.
May you
Does he
please
have-
answer the question?
Does he have to answer this question?
Yes.
Yes.
Answer
Emu,
the question.
did you not agree with Imperial who would be the commander? Because I told you to be it, then you agreed with Imperial that you'll be under him.
Yes, because he was already the commander. Do you expect me to? That's the same
Bro,
reason.
okay. I wish Imperial was here. He said it was fine if you were
He did not.
commander.
Also,
He did not.
He did. We
Can I
had
have proof
a
of that? I need proof of that.
Something I
Alright.
want to make clear. Something I want to make clear while you look for that. Any question asked by the arbiter or emperor and the defendant does have to be answered. You cannot refuse unless it is in a classified channel and not allowed to be declassified.
Thank
Okay.
you.
I would like to use a portion of my defense time now. I would like to call Dave up to the stand.
Alright, let's get Dave up here. Accept the request to join. Thank you.
Dave, I have a question
Hello?
for you. If during the time of Castile, right? During the time of Castile that it was Emus active as a constable? Yes or no?
Yes.
Did he host things for Castile during his reign as constable?
Yes, he did.
That is all.
Wait, am I also allowed to ask Dave a question?
Defense, you're going to still continue using your time?
Yes, I'm going to still continue using my time, but afterwards,
So are you using it right now or not?
I am currently using my time. Arlishian, I would like to ask you a question too, and then I am done.
Yep.
Due to the fact that we have proven that that Emu has been unfairly removed from the Royal Council. Correct? We have proved that. That is grounds.
I can admit we have proven that he was removed by none of the proper protocols.
Exactly. We can admit that.
Yes.
So it's feasible to say that it was an unfair removal.
Yes.
That's all. I'm done. It was an unfair removal.
Could I ask Dave a question?
Yep.
Right. Dave, what changes did Emu make as constable to benefit the kingdom during its activity?
I will submit to the fact that he might not have made changes, but I will also state that changes aren't always needed to be made.
So you're saying that the group was in a perfect state and it didn't need anything changed?
I'm not saying it was perfect, but I'm not agreeing to the fact that Emus needed to change anything.
So you're saying that all trainings were being hosted, everything was fine and dandy, and Emu didn't have to change anything?
No.
Okay. I would also like to call Arlishian up, ask you a few questions. Right. Arlishian, has there ever been a time, even in the council, where Emu was seen being immature and not quite doing his job?
In the council, I didn't have access to the
No,
council
like,
at the
okay,
same time.
in the group in general, because you were there. In the group in general.
Yes, I can confirm that Emus was seen as immature, and that is also the thing that held him back from getting marshal originally. He was selected as marshal above the other candidates because at the time I believe Oakes was new to his position, so I didn't want to promote him from commander to marshal that quick. And I think the other commander was Pizza, but he had no second in command and overall was inactive. So, despite Emus being known as immature throughout the council, he was chosen to become a marshal because Royal Guards was filled to the brim and needed to break the rank lock a bit. He had the most experience, and he was the most trusted, given I've known him for years on end by this point.
Right. Thank you.
Also,
That is all.
I would like to make a point really quickly that everybody's immature in the High Com. Parlo, you are, Dino is, literally every single person who is in the Royal Council. I think, I don't know, I haven't talked to Sebastian, so I can't speak for him. But everybody...
Sorry, but are you in the Royal Council group chat? Are you in the Royal Council?
Oaks. People are immature. Inside and outside.
You can't just say that, though. You can't just say that.
Exactly.
Okay.
You can't just make...
Okay,
I could speak for Ghost.
immature and joking around are two different things, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
you need to get your facts right because you aren't in the Royal Council and you have no idea what goes on in that group chat.
I want to make it clear that when I say immature, specifically by immaturity, I mean Emus would fuck around a good bit during events. He either in formations or just hitting people at random or whatever the term is called. What is it? Row banging, I think it's called. Just he just in general like fuck around when we're doing formations or any other event.
Literally everybody else. I've seen like 5.
Okay, when has Oaks
during my time
ever
as
been screwing
Constable, which was
around?
quite a while ago. During my time as Constable, which was quite a while ago, that was less common. I can't say for anything since after I left. And I left, I think...
And, I mean, Oaks, you've been immature. I don't even have to pull up evidence. You've been immature. Parlo, you've had your moments of immaturity.
So, okay, Willow, has there ever been a time during an event where Oaks was seen screwing around? Is that what you're saying?
I've seen it before.
When?
What was he doing?
And it was during an SSU. He was screwing around. He row-banged
in SSU.
We did see that.
No, I never.
We did see that.
Never.
And also, how is this relevant? I mean, yes, I get.
How is this relevant? This pertains to reasons why he was demoted.
Yeah,
To prove that I didn't demote him for no reason.
Well,
there was multiple reasons.
Okay, but regardless, you didn't do it correctly. That's the case. You didn't demote him correctly. Therefore, the demotion should not be valid. That's my case.
Again, I'll keep bringing this up. He verbally did say he wanted to go down. He did say that, and he agreed to it.
Well,
he wanted to go down.
Maybe he was considering it. Shit, I lead cab. A lot of times, I'm thinking, hey, why don't I go to this place? I never actually do it. It's because you love the group. Is it? Are we gonna just start demoting people because they're looking at other places and saying, damn, that's cool? Are we gonna start demoting people because of that?
Okay, well, Willow, you never said demote me back to King's Guard because I wish I was back there, right?
He also never explicitly said demote me back to King's Guard. He said, damn.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
He was considering it. People are able to consider it. People are able to consider going to other places without...
He didn't say I'm considering it. He didn't say a maybe. He said, I want to go back to King's Guard. And even after I demoted him, we had a conversation. And he did say that he didn't like the way he was demoted. And I agreed. And then I was like, okay, I'm sorry. Then he's like, if you would have told me before, I would have agreed. And then I'm like, okay, so then what's the issue? Then he's like, I don't know. That's exactly what happened.
He didn't want to be demoted, but at the same time, he doesn't want to cause arguments. I mean, I think all of us in here can say at times we argue with a demotion. And now we're arguing it because it was such an unfair demotion.
I want to ask something. Where did Emu say this, and is there proof of it?
I added him and Imperial to a group chat, and we had a VC, and it was after they agreed. No, it was before they agreed who would be the King's Guard commander. I don't know if I left that group or not.
Emus, can you give me the exact words that you said to the letter?
I could not. I remember that me and Imperial were in it, that we talked about King's Guard, but I do not remember that other part.
Do you remember exactly what you said specifically when I say, do you remember exactly what you said when you were talking about wanting to go down in rank? Is how it has been put so far.
No.
Does Book or whoever the other was in the group chat remember? Book or either of you?
I can ask Imperial.
Well, he's not here, so that's kind of an issue. Book, do you know letter for letter what Emu said?
I said it. I already said it. I already said it.
And you're saying that is letter for letter. That is an exact quote.
I'd say that's close to it. I think that that's the exact quote.
Because what I'm thinking here is if that is an exact quote, repeat that real quick. Repeat what you're saying Emu said, as close as you can to accurate.
Like when he said that he wants to be moved down to Kingsguard Commander?
Yes, repeat the exact sentence from memory.
Right. Okay. He said that...
No, don't say he said
him...
that. I just want you to pretend you're him and say the sentence.
Oh, okay. Okay. I want to be moved back down to Kingsguard Commander and revive the guard.
Is that an exact quote?
Yes.
So that is exact to your knowledge. You're not 100% certain, correct?
Yes, to my knowledge.
Emus, does that sound correct?
No. I don't remember any of that taking place in that group chat. I remember me and Imperial talking about Kingsguard. And yeah.
But you said that you remembered you and Imperial talk about Kingsguard.
Yes.
Bruh.
No, he said... Emus just said that he remembered talking about Kingsguard. He doesn't remember saying the exact line you just said.
If I may.
Go ahead. Or, well, not my call, my bad. I'm used to being judged, sorry.
You're good. If I may, it's one of those things to where, I mean, I think as people in Castile, everything we do here is cool. Archers are cool. KG is really cool. Other places do cooler stuff. So saying you want to go somewhere, but still wanting to keep your job is something reasonable. I've done it. I mean, I think everybody in here can say at one point they've gone, damn, I wish I could go there. But they don't, because they're loyal to what they're currently doing. So I don't think we can, he should have been demoted, because maybe that's a thought he had. Maybe, I would love to go back and revive that. But I still want to stay as Constable to help the nation more. That is a reasonable thing that I think all of us have said at a point. Maybe not you, Spyware, but I think all of us to a point have said something in that like. And I don't think we can just simply write it off and say, oh, he deserves to be demoted because he had a thought about going somewhere else, which is a completely reasonable thought. That's all I want to say. Because, yeah.
So I would just like to confirm with you what you just said. You just said that everybody here in this voice chat, in the stage, I assume, has considered going to a different place or a different role.
Buddy, I'm saying most of us have. I'm not speaking for people, I'm saying I have. And I'm saying it's a normal thought to have.
So please clarify. So I would like you to clarify that when you say most, that when you say everyone, and it actually means most, you say most. So there's no debacle.
And in the chat room right now, I have Denho and Huz agreeing with me.
Yeah, but you said everybody here. Well, guess who's here? Battle Bob. He joined the server 35 fucking minutes ago. Excuse my language.
Here's our Lishian stating, as Constable, he did think about being an IG.
Yes,
Um,
but you said everybody, and there's a new guy here who has never seen anything.
okay, that's
Do you understand what I'm trying to say? No, it's not different. You can't say everyone, and then it only apply to most. And this isn't even relevant.
It is relevant because
How is it relevant?
you guys are trying to write off Emus right now. They're trying to write off Emus by stating that since he wanted to go to KG and he wanted to go back in RG, that he didn't want his constable rank anymore. Because you have no proof to believe that's true. Because you have no proof in that. And literally, I think everybody in the chat who's spoken has agreed with that. So, to a point, I think it's a normal thought to have because look in chat, everybody's agreeing in there, pretty much.
Right, but can we also take to account that Emu agreed that he's a bad constable too?
And
Do you have proof of that?
You have proof of
Yes, I do have proof of that.
Please submit that.
Emu agreed he was a bad constable, and that he was a better Royal Guard commander. I do have proof of that.
You have to submit that as evidence.
I already did.
An evidence 010. You know, honestly, that's a reasonable thought to have, though. I mean, I think everybody doubts themselves. I don't think we can write people off because they doubt themselves. And you know what? He did try because as you stated, Parlo, it was not it. The nation in general was not in a good spot when he became constable. He was given
No, he was in a great spot when he became constable. Because not only were we rallying 40 plus, but that was in prime Skiller. Well, it was right before he went to the military, obviously. But he was active during that time.
You went inactive. And then you kind of figure Skiller left right after you went inactive. You kind of left it all on Emu. Emu didn't expect that to happen. Why are we blaming Emu?
Can I speak?
Again? Yeah, sure.
I've had the exact same opportunity as Emus, and I believe I've done it better than he could have done it. Buck was on LOA for like a week, and I haven't failed him once. So what's the difference?
Dino's here. I know Dino's inactive, but he's still here. And also, it was a different.
Yeah, and he hasn't made a difference, has he?
This is a rise.
And he won't be king for long.
The fall of Castile. The fall of Castile is here. It is. It's a little different, and also, I don't know.
What's the difference?
Okay, and
okay, Willow. According to your argument, right? We have to understand the constable doesn't need the king or even the council to be running the army. If you're saying I put it all on Emu, obviously Emu leads the entire army. That argument makes no sense.
I got an objection to that. Book, you said earlier that a problem with what Emus did was he was changing nothing, right? My time as constable and the constable before me, or the blackout, whatever, him. Both of us had the complaint that we couldn't do much with the army after the revisions. We couldn't change much of anything without your help, and you didn't have the activity to move things along quickly. Emus took authority shortly after me, and I highly doubt. Okay, let me ask this. Was Emus constable before Dino got involved?
Yes.
Was he demoted before Dino got involved?
Yes.
So this was before major revamps. Emus didn't have the ability to do much with the army except run it. He couldn't change anything.
Hey, Arlishian, you're saying this, but we have to understand, Emu didn't bring anything up to me. You brought things up to me, and you're saying I didn't have the activity to push things. You made an entire codex, a codex explaining war documents, inspections, all of that, and then you're telling me I didn't have the activity to move things forward. We quite literally made a whole like structure for the army, and you're saying that I didn't have the activity to move things
How long
forward.
did that take?
That took a few weeks.
A few weeks. Keep in mind, that's a few weeks where a lot of it was waiting. That document was done in maybe a couple days. Even now, with Alicia, I had to
No, you
remind
made
you
multiple.
multiple
You made
times for
multiple
something that took
documents.
days that you said would be done a couple days ago, and you just did it.
You made multiple documents that I had to read over, that I had to reread and read over, and then sign off on it. It wasn't just a codex. You also made a whole new rank system that we had to reorganize and redo.
Everything was already made. But my point is, it is difficult with you at times to get new stuff done. And I'm pretty sure, I'm not going to say this is a 100% factual statement. I'm pretty sure I have talked with Emus before about how difficult it is. Because he was the he was the regimental marshal. He was the first marshal and the only one that was administrative command with me at the time. I wouldn't be surprised if he was discouraged to go to you.
Discouraged? We have to understand, at this time, I said that I was going to go LOA and everything would go up to Skiller. Right? And if Skiller was inactive, it would go up to the council. And nothing new was brought out. There's nothing new that was brought out. Even if, okay, let's say even if I did take a lot of time, there was nothing sent to my DMs. There was no new innovation. Absolutely nothing changed.
Because maybe he just didn't see the need for change, because as you stated, when he got into office, the nation was at a good spot.
Yes.
And
activity wise, but that doesn't mean that it was perfect.
Yes, and you know what? That every nation is like that. Every nation has imperfections to it, and no nation is porcelain clean.
Yes, I'm aware. That's why we make changes constantly.
But as Orlician literally just stated, that you went inactive when he became constable. Skiller was also inactive at the time, as far as I understand.
No, he wasn't. He was the one that made him constable.
Okay, well, making changes was not a primary thing until Dino came into office, because Dino made all these changes. And maybe he didn't foresee the need for changes, because that happens at times. Like, look, I understand, but the face of the planet, and then kind of left it up to Skiller and him, which he wasn't prepared for.
So then he shouldn't have become constable.
No, because you left, and then the nation follows you. When you leave, the nation dies.
Here's the thing, though. As Oaks clearly stated, I was on LOA for 2 weeks.
A week.
And Oaks still held it up.
How long were you on LOA when Emus was in office?
I stepped down as emperor when Emu was in office.
Exactly. It's different. It's not the same. You were in 2 weeks is nothing. Months is different, Parlo.
And how have I done so much more?
It's been iconic. It's been it's been like a month now, I think.
No.
Iconic, let me speak, please. What I am saying to you, Parlo, is that you left him, because you did leave them, with a group full of a nation full of people who are very loyal to you, and you left for months. You were gone for months. And also,
yes.
we're just going in circles.
But again. Even if I was gone, that doesn't stop him from running things. Because we have to I didn't make him constable. I was fine with it. I didn't disagree with it, but I didn't make him constable. We have to understand that. Skiller did. So if he couldn't manage things, then number one, he shouldn't have accepted the role, and number two, he would have been answering mainly to Skiller, because Skiller made him constable. Yeah, and if Skiller's not there, you answer to council, and the council was still there.
The council wasn't active. The council wasn't active, as you stated at the beginning of this meeting.
The council wasn't inactive when Emu was made constable.
And yeah, okay, but the council went inactive. Skiller went inactive. It was left up to Emu.
When? Okay, fine. When did the council become inactive then?
It became inactive, I think. Emu said it was around halfway through. And right after Skiller left. And when did Skiller leave?
Like
Can
March?
Emus attest to what you said?
What?
You said that Emus said about halfway through. Can Emus attest to that?
Yeah, Emu, you want to attest to that?
I said it was more towards when Skiller left. I wouldn't say halfway through.
But a little bit
And
after.
when did Skiller leave?
I'd like to say, when was his boot camp?
3 months ago, about a month ago.
Hmm.
3 months ago, he started about a month ago.
A bit after Harlow left, I'd say.
So how long ago, into your time as constable would that be?
Maybe 3-4 weeks, maybe.
That proves my point.
And we
Okay.
were also planning a whole revamp to the army that never got done. I was trying to go ahead with it, but it never got done.
What stopped you from going ahead with it?
You weren't here. Skiller left.
How does me not being
didn't-
here stop him?
I
Me
have done
personally, I
things
didn't have-
without book.
I didn't have
It-
permissions for roles. We had it all sorted out. We were gonna have. It wasn't publicly liked. We were going to have the entire army, Royal Guard, something. That's why all the roles are like that now.
Want to give a notice? Y'all got 5 minutes left.
Yep,
After that-
5 minutes.
After that, the case has to shut down. There's no way to go any further.
No, unless if the defense wants to use the rest of their time.
That's right.
I'm not sure.
How much time
I'm
do
not
we
sure
have
if
left?
You have exactly 6 minutes and 35 seconds to use. You don't have to use it. You can use it. It's your choice.
I do want to state this. I do not by any means hate Emu. And
Yeah, I love
that
you,
was
bro.
never a reason. That was never a reason for any type of action that is in this case. In fact, Emu was one of my most liked people in this group. I didn't demote Emu out of spite. I didn't demote Emu because I felt like it, bro.
Never said that.
There was a reason. There was a reason. And
I agree that
bro,
wasn't out of spite.
Yes. Okay. And here's the thing. I would like to use a portion of my time now.
Granted.
Could you mute, please? Thanks. So what I want to say is that what happened was so according to everything that was just said, right? About a few weeks into the time Emus became constable, Parlow left, and then Skiller left, and then the council died. So what happened there was that Emus was left with a nation that he had people over him to assist him, and then he couldn't make any changes because when they had changes in motion, people left.
okay, I do see that.
Parlow, you cannot speak because Willow's still using his time.
So he was left in a bind. I mean, think about it. If you were the third in command of a group, and your second and first left, and mind you, everybody has limited perms in the server. I think only like the highest echelon have role perms. You're kind of left in a ditch here, and you don't know what to do, and you have no assistance because when the entire upper echelon of the group, minus the constable, went inactive, the nation died because the nation needs a head to run. So yes, Emus, maybe he did go inactive, but that wasn't because he wanted to. That was because everybody else left him and he didn't know what to do with the nation. Book was the head of the snake here, and so was Skiller, which I love Skiller. I don't mean to blame this on him, but when both of them left, the nation died. as a Parlo analogy, analogy Parlo used, when you cut the head of the snake, the rest of the snake dies. Guess what died? The head of the snake. And guess who was the only part of the head that was left? Emus. But then he couldn't function right. Because how do you run a nation with no upper unless you're the owner of it, and even then you have advisors? That is the point I'm making here. And Parlo, you can speak now.
Okay, I do understand that. But let's shift more to Near Revival, right? Near Revival, while Emu was still Constable, I will continue to say this. We had discussions of him moving back down, right? He wasn't unaware of the fact that he was going to move back down. He was aware. I mean, he even wanted to. So we can't just sit here and say that I just moved him down, because I didn't.
Not what I'm saying. I'm stating that he was moved down improperly, and that the reason that the nation was struggling was not because of him, and the reason the army was struggling was not because of him. It was because the entire upper echelon of the group left him alone. A nation doesn't run without its high comm. I think most of us can agree with that. And when the high comm leaves, the group doesn't move. And when the high comm leaves, and look, like it or not, you're the one who people in this group follow. The reason when you went on that LOA for 2 weeks is because it was 2 weeks. People didn't really even notice you were gone because, yeah, they didn't really notice but you left for months, and then Skiller left right after. I mean, you left Emus in a place with, with zero help. And also, you did speak to people during those 2 weeks. So, you were, during these previous 2 weeks, you were speaking to people, you were in the chat, you weren't hosting things, but you were active. You fell off the face of the planet when Emus was Constable.
Look, again, I didn't say that the group died because of Emu. I never said the group died because of Emu. I'm specifying that while the group was still alive, what did Emu do to keep it alive?
I hate to cut your guys' fun short, but it has been those 5 minutes. The defense, you can opt to use your 4 minutes and 22 seconds that remain. Otherwise, I go deliberate by myself for 5 minutes and figure out a verdict.
I think I've said all that needs to be said.
Okay, I'm going to request everybody removes themselves from the speaking part of the stage and remain in the audience until I come back. Please and thank you. This means everybody. Because I will be deliberating by myself, muted. Thank you very much. While you guys wait, I'm going to get you guys some music, so don't worry, you guys won't be too bored. Very sorry about the delay.
Swipe and get
Alright. So, upon deliberation, the verdict will be announced most likely around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so in 35 minutes. Sorry for the delay in a verdict, obviously. So, got 35 minutes to listen to some good music, guys. I'm not going to complain about that. Sorry to interrupt again. If anybody has I believe, was that Operium 1, I believe. Could you forward me a video?